The drivers are only going faster as the day goes on, people. Things are just getting crazy. This is a peak performance show, people, so you know we got a lot more races to go before the day is over. We can expect some carnage on the track out here today, people. Hopefully I haven't jinxed anyone though. I've seen people go pedal to the metal only around here. Some of it ended with amazing times, and some of it ended in the wall. Who knows, people? Maybe we'll get to see some driving like that today as well. Alright, everyone listen. We don't want to have a repeat of what happened last night. The cops are just sitting outside in the parking lot waiting for you guys to pull out. I've heard they rounded up about 20 cars last night. They know here is a peak performance show going on, so you know they are going to try to pull you over. Let's try to keep it slow and easy. If you gotta go rowdy, do it someplace far away. You know what I'm saying? You know, I remember one of the first times they came here with the peak performance guys. That was one hell of a riot, as some of them went out to explore, got busted, and their cars impounded. So hopefully we can take it nice and easy and get home tonight with our cars. Well, what can I say, folks? But welcome to the madhouse. It is sheer chaos today. The car show has been absolutely off the hook because we got more than 100 entries. I'm not sure if the swimsuit contest is still going on either. Don't mill around too long though, because we are going to fire up the big races for you at around 3 o'clock. You wanna grab a seat before that? Or you'll have to keep standing for the rest of the night. You guys are getting a great show out there so far. This has just been wild. Keep in mind though, that getting peak performance in here today took a lot of talking. So come on, return the favor by not getting too crazy out there in the parking lot after the event. Alright folks, listen up. At 3 o'clock we are going to take a little break from the racing, so check out the vendor booths around the festival. Afterwards we're going to heat it up once again into the evening. A quick heads up though, the cops do park out front of these peak performance races, so keep it calm later. I know some of you were here at this peak performance event like 2 to 3 years ago. That was the one that made all the magazines because records were broken en masse. It was nuts, I'm telling you. I think we get a couple of guys out there this weekend who might be able to do that kind of thing. So let's just see how these next few races go. Let me ask you this, everyone. How many of you have been here before? And I'm not talking about for a peak performance show. How many of you have run through here at night? Yeah, sure, yeah. Well, today you don't have to be worried about getting busted as long as you don't go too crazy out there in the parking lot. How hot is this? Check it out, we are getting to run here today without the cops busting anybody. No cop cars, no helicopters, just racing, baby. Here at Peak Performance. You guys are seriously killing me, man. You all need to chill out a little bit. The Peak Performance guys want me that you guys like to party, and they weren't wrong. You guys have been keeping it solid, so I give you some credit there. What you guys think of that last race? Wow, now you can see where this one gets its rep. It's everybody out there having a good time? Yeah? Alright, cause we got a lot more coming up. I don't know, I was thinking for some reason this place was bigger. For all the competition this peak performance events bring, it makes it even more intense. We've got a lot more happening for you guys, so don't go anywhere. Check it out, this is where it all went down. There's been a lot of history made here, so come on, show some respect out there. We're gonna get started in about half an hour, so there's still some time for it to cruise the car show. We got more than 200 cars entered, you'll probably recognize more than a few of them too. I know the peak performance guys are planning to announce the winners later, so be sure to stick around. So, we are having just a bit of an argument in here. Can anybody actually tell me what the speed limit is here? I can't figure it out. And no, I'm not talking about the posted speed limit, come on now. I'm talking about the speed limit you actually all drove to get here today. We saw some of you guys flying by this morning, with way more on the clock than allowed. This was ridiculous. Now, this goes back to what I was saying before. None of you will probably forget what happened here at the last peak performance race. It wasn't so much a race as it was a one-man show. Everyone got blown away and no one was safe. Let's see if anyone can replicate that one today. Okay, alright. I gotta drop this one in at least one time, so everybody listen up. The peak performance guys have asked me to remind you to run it like your grandma in the parking lot today. Please, no speeding, no racing, no drifting, cause that stuff almost got us shut down last year. So let's keep it clean today, okay? We are pretty lucky to have locked down this place today, but even if we hadn't, we would be doing it in the parking lot. Can't wait for the action today. We are just running through things in high gear here today. So thanks for coming out, people. You are the ones who make peak performance what it is. Some of those qualifiers this morning were absolutely madness, weren't they? Personally, I can't wait to see what happens today. Check this out. I was talking to a driver here today who was fired up to drive here. I can't wait to speak to the other drivers too, to see what they are thinking. The peak performance guys definitely picked the right place to do this though. Okay, try to take it a little easy out there. Just be easy, because I know for a fact we got the cops parked all over the road out there. They are just bored and are looking for something to do, so don't give them an opportunity to cure that boredom. Alright, remember, the main event's taking place at 4, so don't go anywhere. Alright, it is sure nice to be back here. Well, it looks like everybody's having a good time today anyway. Can peak performance throw a party or what? You know, people, we had a crazy girl fight earlier. Not sure what exactly happened there, but come on, people, remember to keep out of trouble. Otherwise, the peak performance guys just might have to escort you out. I don't think too many of you guys would doubt that this track belongs to one guy and one guy only. I'm kinda hoping though that some or maybe all of his records fall today. There's been a lot of mean driving going on out there, and some of these guys have gotten real close. These guys are really having it out there, aren't they? We got some new guys starting to come into their own. And I'm thinking Nick Cooper in particular has started to make a name for himself here at peak performance events. Something is telling me he's going to give some of these guys a run for their money. Okay, I'm bringing it up here now so you guys can say you heard it here first. I'm calling that we are going to see even more upsets before this is over. Well, it's been interesting out there today, people, to say the least. I cannot lie, I've been wrong almost every race so far. We got a couple of new faces here at peak performance and they are wreaking havoc. I can see one of those new guys on the podium before the day is over. We are seeing some blistering speeds today. Nick Cooper was one of the pre-race favorites because he's pretty well known around here. This guy has been entering more and more organized races lately and is really starting to make a name for himself. Still, lots of competition out there. Oh yeah, I have to admit it, I'm liking what I'm seeing out there today. They don't just let anyone in the door to race at HotShots events, so the guys who have gotten invites are putting their hearts into every race. I have a sneaky suspicion we will be seeing 1 or 2 new faces on the podium today. Well, I don't think you can complain about what you're seeing today, people. You came to HotShots to see high-speed races, and you're getting nothing less than the best. We are seeing some newcomers get the ball game out there. There's gonna be a big shake-up in the top 10 before it's all said and done. Oh yeah, the quarter mile is a harsh battlefield, people. We are seeing all kinds of drama unfold out there today. We've also been seeing a lot of Nick Cooper lately too. I'm sure we'll all be seeing a lot of him this weekend. Well, Top Gear races bring it out in all of them, that's for sure. There's just something about this level of competition that brings some good performances out of everybody. Let's see if these newcomers can make it good. Now, come on, what do you guys think about what's going on in the strip today so far? Oh yeah, it's getting a little savage out there. We got several new faces, and just because they are new, they are automatically underdogs, right? But from what I know about them, they are anything but underdogs. It's gonna add up to some insane racing on the track today. The level of competition is very high at peak performance races. So remember folks, these are the best of the best mixing it out there. Nick Cooper is looking pretty strong, is pulling out some decent victories, and is really starting to make a name for himself with the fans. Welcome to the big leagues, kid. So check this out, people. This isn't much of a surprise, but Nick Cooper has been hosing the competition out there. They'll tell you otherwise, of course, but from where I'm standing, he's been making it look easy. It also helps that he's not too intimidated by the fact that this is a peak performance race either, because this guy's been on a rampage. Ho! Well, you want high-level racing? I say you're getting it out there. Peak performance races never fail to deliver. There is a couple of guys out there who really look unstoppable. So we're gonna see how they handle the rest of this afternoon's races. As everyone knows, these guys get invited to HotShot races for a reason. And that's because they are the fastest in town. I'm up to see Nick Cooper proving he can hold his own in a legit race as well. He's come out on top in some important races, so let's see if he can hold it together for the rest of this weekend. And hello! What about this Nick Cooper guy? He just went and lit up the HotShots race today. I've been doing speed races for a while and I can see that it's definitely true. Cooper knows how to come off the line, and he knows how to run it straight, fast, lean, and mean. He keeps that up, and is going to be on the podium for sure. Well, this has turned out to be a free fall out there. Ladies and gentlemen, check it out. The usual suspects have been pushed off of their spots by a couple of new guys. We're going to see some pretty exciting stuff throughout the afternoon. This is where the real drag action takes place, and we are sure seeing it go down today. How about this Nick Cooper? I like what I'm seeing from this guy, and although he's had a couple of shaky moments this weekend, he's coming up as a real contender. He keeps this up, and he's going to be finishing really strong. Check it out. I don't even think that the Top Gear guys themselves could have predicted Nick Cooper would be doing what he's been doing out there this weekend. Cooper hit the strip with a running start, and to put it mildly, that dude has been driving like he has been running drag races for years. He keeps on this way, and I'm telling you, he's going to take one of the top 3 spots easy. Alright, everybody knows you can only get into those Top Gear races if you get an invite. Now let me tell you, you really gotta prove yourself to get one. Looks like a bunch of these guys earned their invites the old-fashioned way, and that's by whipping dudes on the quarter mile. There are 1 or 2 drivers that are well on their way to winning this weekend. You guys ready for this? You better be, cause this could be the last race and peak performance this weekend. You've got your favorite driver picked out or what? How many of you are going with Nick Cooper? He's been looking pretty good, so let's find out if he got what it takes to seal the deal today. Well, how about that, folks? Can I pick him or what? Nick Cooper came through in clutch. The guy has just got 1 more race to go, and if he wins it, he's walking away with this whole peak performance event. Oh yeah, in case you weren't up on it, we got Nick Cooper out there with 1 more race to go. If he wins, he's going to walk away with the overall win at this peak performance event. You can't deny the guy has just been unstoppable this weekend. All the racing this weekend has boiled down to what could be our final event. This might just be our last matchup at Hot Shots this weekend. I like the way Nick Cooper has been handling things. He's looking poised to take it all. Let me tell you folks, Nick Cooper has put in work this weekend. The guy's just 1 race away from taking the whole thing. Keep your fingers crossed, this could be the one. You know, I like Nick Cooper's style. The guy catches an invite to Hot Shots, he shows up and absolutely crushes everyone. He's got just 1 more race left and that's it. Well people, this is it. We are down to our last race of the weekend. This has been another outstanding Top Gear show, and we are going to end it with a bang. We have 1 last matchup featuring Nick Cooper, so don't move an inch. We've laid down a lot of rubber out there, blown some engines, and of course had a couple of wrecks. But now we are down to our very last race. Nick Cooper was a pre-race favorite, and now we are going to see if we can make good on that. Wow, well it's all come down to the last race for Nick Cooper. If Cooper can come up the fastest when the smoke clears, he's going to walk away with the win. We are really seeing some top racing out there today, folks. Drivers know that they are at peak performance and it's really bringing it out of them. It certainly brought out the best in Nick Cooper as he's just 1 race away from taking the whole weekend and stamping his name all over the event. So check it out. Nick Cooper has been completely dominating this peak performance event. Now I'm not saying that Nick Cooper should be the next Showdown king or anything. Well, maybe that's what I'm saying. Cooper has just owned it out here. Okay, Nick Cooper has just flat out owned this peak performance event today. Everybody else was just chasing his taillights. I'm going on record saying I've never seen one driver dominate an event like Nick Cooper is doing this weekend. Seems clear to me that this guy is hungry for the number 1 spot. How about that last race, huh? The Hot Shots must be kicking themselves to bring out Nick Cooper today as he blew everybody away. Nobody's gonna argue about who was the fastest driver today, cause Nick Cooper went out and let everybody know that he was taking that honor for himself. He completely dominated this Hot Shots race. Oh, this is it. Nick Cooper shutting absolutely everyone down this weekend. This weekend totally belongs to him. Nice work, Mr. Cooper. Nice job. So it's kind of been an unusual Top Gear weekend, that is for sure, as we have never seen somebody come out here and just shut the strip down the way Nick Cooper has. He has just dominated every single race. This Nick Cooper guy has been an absolute revelation out there. Come on, you guys have got to admit, no one predicted he'd just dominate this Top Gear weekend. But this is just ridiculous. Keep an eye on this guy, Nick Cooper has shown up today. Check it out, Nick Cooper's here today. That looks like Nick Cooper's out here. Well, what do you know? Nick Cooper made it out today. Alright, nice. Nick Cooper's here. Ooh, and Nick Cooper gets no love today. Man, I think we're all feeling for Nick Cooper after that last one. Sheesh, talk about bad luck. Nick Cooper can't be happy after that. Ooh, you know Nick Cooper's hurting after that one. Oof, that is too bad for Nick Cooper. And he's about to unleash a new ride too. This is gonna be interesting. Let's see what I can do with that thing. It's also looking like he drove a new RS4 right off the lot. That thing is gleaming. He dropped a pretty penny on that one. And oh wow, he dropped some dough on that new M3. Let's see if he can do that car justice, cause the M series has serious racing roots. And man, he went and got all sporty in that new E92 M3. And they are not gonna be ready for him out there, not in that thing. And he's driving an incredible looking car, that BMW ZM4, it's definitely something else. And I heard it runs 0 to 60 in 4.9, so that's something, I guess. And the guy brought the fire, that's for sure. He's got a new Corvette Z06. Now that car from a standing start, in first gear, can reach 60 miles an hour in just 3.5 seconds. Hold on to your seat, baby. You may not have recognized him, because he's put together a brand new Corvette Z06. They call it a supercar killer, because it can supposedly outpace more expensive Italian cars. But don't tell the other brands that. And he's running one of Mopar's finest, the SRT10 Viper. It's one scary monster. It is Dodge's most powerful car after all. And oh man, there's a crowd favorite, the Mopar Dodge Viper. People love watching that thing. Hopefully he knows what to do with it. And talk bringing out the big guns, he's in a 1970 Dodge Challenger. That thing packs a 440 V8 under the hood, which translates to raw power. And wow, he's bringing a pony car into the mix. Those 71 Challengers and their split grills are the most hard to find muscle car around. And whoo-hoo, that's some kind of set of wheels he got there. I'm really curious to see if he can bring out the best in that baby. And he's going classic on us. He's found a beautiful 1969 Dodge Charger. They did a great job restoring that thing. And I don't know where he found the 69 Charger in that condition or who did the work on it, but I know there's a 426 V8 in there, so we're gonna need earplugs when he turns that thing up. And somehow he's tracked down a Cosy. You heard me, a Cosworth Ford Escort. Those things were only built in limited numbers and they are so super rare. And he's gone and found a classic rally car, a Cosy Ford Escort. You wanna talk history? That thing comes slow with race history. And get ready to hear some serious thunder! He's found the Shelby GT500. That thing runs a 5.4 liter supercharged V8. The sound of that engine alone is enough to crack the concrete. And I have to admire the guy's taste. He's in a Shelby GT500, so we're talking old school muscle with new school flavor. Shelby built the hottest Mustangs back in the 60s, and now they've done a real number on the new ones. And he's trying to run a full-scale takeover. Check out what they did to that Civic. And he's done a real number on that new Civic. Luckily, taste in cars is objective. And whoo-hoo! Have you seen this Lambo? That thing packs a 6.5 liter version of the V12. And it's about to really lay down the law today, folks. The amount of power out there should be flat out illegal. And can you say Lamborghini, folks? He's running a Murcielago. Woohoo! That thing can top out at 211 miles an hour and runs in 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds. I can't wait to see what he can do in that. And he's brought some firepower with him. He's in the NSX out there. That car's got some history to its name, so he is hoping that he can live up to it. And I know all the diehard rotary fans are loving it right now, cause he's in that great looking FD-RX-7. Let's see if he can live up to the legacy of that thing. And it looks like he's gone for the rotary power with an FD-RX-7. Those cars are like icons, so we're gonna see if he knows what to do with it. He's looking knife sharp in that minty fresh NSX. NSX just sounds so much cooler than new car. And check out what he's pushing. That's not your average Grandma's A3, that's the S3, something that we normally don't see in the States. And check it out, there's a car that's pretty hard to get in the US, and it's an S3. And wow, there's a car you don't see every day. The A4 wasn't good enough, and forget about the A4 wasn't good enough, and forget about the S4, he went right for the RS4. Way to go, buddy. And he's running a new Evo 10. Looks like they just peeled the plastic off those seats, man. They did a total redesign of those for the 10, so let's see if he can keep it in good condition. And he's gonna be running an Evo 10, a car with some serious roots in racing. If something goes wrong out there, he's gonna have a hard time blaming the car. And there we go, that's a Zenki S13. The Zenkis ran from 1989 to 1990. I see a fair share of those, but it's rare to see someone who knows what to do with one. So we're gonna find out if Cooper knows his business or what. And that's a sweet S13. And I'd hate to go up against him today, especially because he's in that Silvia. That S15 looks fierce and furious out there. And he's in a car that needs no introduction, a brand new S15. And he's gonna be behind the wheel of one of my personal favorites, a Skyline R34 GTR. I wonder where he tracked that one down, because they're impossible to find nowadays. And those Skyline R34s are quite rare, so we're gonna be in for a real treat today, because we're gonna get to see one in action. And wow, what can I say about a guy who showed up in a Pagani Zonda? Nothing says step off like showing up in a Zonda. You know what I'm saying? We're talking 0 to 60 in 3.5 and a top speed of 214 miles an hour. And I don't know where he gets the dough. That's a brand new Pagani Zonda. He must have friends in high places, cause he only makes 25 of those a year. That's a nice looking GTO he's got out there. Let's see if he's just another dash drunk or if he's actually gonna drive it hard. He brought plenty of car with that new GTO, that's for sure. Now we'll see if he's brought enough driver. And he went for classic too, check it out. That's a 1970 Plymouth Barracuda. It's got a 426 V8 under the hood, so even if he kept it stock, that's pretty much a passenger race car. He's on a throwback trip, he's running a classic 1970 Cuda. They used to run 13s on the quarter mile right off the showroom floor. That's just ridiculous. And Cooper, if you hear me, can't lie, that GT2 is a good look for you. And you wanna talk about bringing the pain? It's gonna be putting those other drivers into a world of hurt with that new GT2. And he's brought out a beautifully built, absolute legend of a car. The 1965 Pontiac GTO. And there it is, folks. A 1965 Pontiac GTO. What they call a GOAT. This is one of the most iconic cars ever. It's considered the very first muscle car. And would you look at that, he's in a GTR. Word on the street is that it'll leave you in the dust before you even know it. And I have no idea how he even got that car. That's a GTR. I hear all of them were sold out. And he's driving a Shelby GT500. If you're looking for serious firepower, the Shelby Arsenal is one of the best ways to go. It won't pull any punches with that GT500 because it's running a supercharged V8. And it's gonna be unleashing a GT500 too, so we're gonna be in for a real show out there. A real loud show, that is. Cause that car has a supercharged V8 under the hood. And in case you thought he wasn't serious, he's going all-wheel drive with that Subaru WRX STI. And he's gonna be running a Subi WRX STI. They run a flat 4 turbo engine, which makes them nothing but quick. He's also gonna be looking to sweep them today in a Supra. I can see a lot of Supras out there, cause the stock engine hardware on that car can take up to 3 times the search for whatever engine you swap in. He also showed up in a new car, so look for him out there in the Supra. And he's brought a Corolla, a Hachiroku, an AE86. They call them Hachirokus because it literally means 86 in Japan. The AE86 is one of the most popular Japanese cars ever. He's repping the JDM. He's gonna be pushing a brand new AE86 out there. And what is he driving? Whoa! He's spotting one of those new Volkswagen R32s. He must have a friend at the bank. Those things are not cheap. Not cheap at all. And in case you didn't spot him on your way in, he's in a Volkswagen R32, so keep your eyes peeled. They might look tiny on the outside, but those VWs can pack quite a punch, let me tell you. And whoa! Do you see what car he's driving? I do not know where he's getting the funds from, but it doesn't matter, cause that Aston Martin DB9 is hot. And hello, what is this? He just rolled in a new Aston Martin DB9. Those cars are handmade. We are in for a treat today. And I have no idea where he got a Bugatti Veyron from. That is supposed to be the fastest, most powerful car in the world. And man, I cannot wait to see that thing unleashed out there. We are in for a real show today. And he got himself a Bugatti Veyron. If he's got the speed key for it, folks, that car will run 250 miles an hour. Seriously, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. And a lot of race fan streams are gonna come through today, because we're gonna get to watch him drive a brand new KuruHS CCX. That's right, it's the world's fastest V8 in production. And he's got one of the craziest looking cars ever. KuruHS CCX. It looks like a spaceship, and now we're gonna get to see if it drives like one too. This car's just raw, vicious power. And he's brought out the little elephant too with that Lancia. I hope he can live up to that car's legacy. And that's an uncommon car. You don't exactly see too many Lancias these days. It's gonna be real interesting to see what he can do with that. And wow, he's gonna be driving a McLaren F1 today. I think we should all have a moment of silence, because we are looking at what might be the ultimate road car ever made. And wow, he's gonna be driving a McLaren F1 today. I think we should all have a moment of silence, because what we are looking at might be the ultimate road car ever made. And keep this little fact in mind, folks. That McLaren F1 he's driving is only one of 70 street legal versions in existence. That's gonna put the price tag on that car somewhere in the 8 digits. I do believe that is a GT3 RS he's driving out there. The car puts out 415 horses with no turbo and no nitrous, making it the most powerful naturally aspirated 6-cylinder available. And wow, he's driving a Seat Leon Cupra. That thing's got some real spark. And it runs 0 to 60 in 6.4 seconds and tops out at 150 miles an hour. And he's kicking it in a real hot hatch. A Seat Leon Cupra. The Leon Cupra packs quite a punch. We're talking 240 horses under that hood. That is a sweet example of American muscle. I hope he stays out of trouble on the streets, cause I'd hate to hear a car like that got impounded. Hey, you just gotta respect the tuner. Especially when you know what guys have been doing the last couple of years. Drag, drift, grip, you name it. That thing has got a lot of snap. I wonder if he's had a chance to take that thing out on the streets. Imagine if that pulled up next to you at a traffic light. Shoot, imagine having to race against that thing today. Imagine winning a Pinkslip race for that. You know, I wonder if that's how I got the car in the first place. Come on, Cooper, drop by the booth and let us know where that monster came from. Man, I'd be surprised to see something like that swapping paint. Oh man, would that hurt the pocketbook? So what do you figure that car's imitation factor's worth? Most guys would probably back down from racing it just by looking at it. It was made for one thing, and that is to go fast, boys and girls. Very fast. Cooper definitely brought it to the right place, and that's for sure. I got a buddy who says those cars can be fast, reliable, and cheap, but you only ever get 2 out of the 3. Looking at that car, I'd say he must have dropped some major cash. They worked on that car all night last night. That's the thing with muscle cars, there's always something you could be working on. They built muscle cars like that one to run a straight line, but guys have been tuning them to go around the track and even go sideways. So that car represents the best of the classic era in American car making. Back when gas was like pennies on the gallon and the car could run the 13th right off the lot. Whew, I tell ya, I'd really hate to be next to that thing on the line today. Cause that thing's nothing but raw asphalt eating power. That car is total American muscle, so he's definitely brought enough horses. Now it's just a matter of whether he can ride them or not. I'm just saying, I know he drove here in it, but you guys think that thing is street legal? Don't worry, Cooper, no one here is too worried about that either. I got a buddy who says those cars can be fast, reliable, and cheap, but you only ever get 2 out of the 3. Looking at that car, I'd say he must have dropped some major cash. You can do a lot with a car like that. Guys love to get under the hood just to start playing around, but don't play too hard, boys and girls. You know, even bone stock right off the lot, that car packs a mean punch, and that's with no tuning at all. Imagine if he takes some of that prize money today and is gonna hook it up and turn it into a major threat. When you're hot, and when you're not, well, we all know what happens then. Nick Cooper having a bit of bad luck out there today. He's gone down in his last 3 straight appearances. Cheer up, brother, it's gonna come back to you. Gotta drive out a bit of a streak right now, and it's not a good one. Nick Cooper dropping 7 races in a row. The guy is really hoping to turn around today, so let's keep our fingers crossed and everybody make a little bit of noise out there if you're still with old Cooper. Let's go, brother! Well, I'm hoping today is gonna be a better day for Nick Cooper. Cooper has gone and dropped his last 7 consecutive races, so he could really use a bit of a pick-me-up now. Come on, dude, this could be the one. Let's go, Cooper. What do you say to a guy who's lost 10 straight? Take some lessons, I guess? I guess if it's any consolation to Nick Cooper, he's gonna be setting some kind of anti-record. Man, Cooper, don't sweat it, brother. This streak is gonna snap any day now. Oh man, listen to this. Our man Nick Cooper is gonna be seriously depressed right now. Better take a walk over to the driving lessons, cause he's just lost 10 straight races. That's right, I said 10 straight. Chin up, buddy, that streak can last forever though. Ooh, check this out, folks. I know Nick Cooper is looking to snap a little streak of bad luck he's got going. The guy has lost his last 3 straight races. Hopefully he's gonna turn it around today. Well, there's nothing like a little run of bad luck to keep a driver on his toes. That means Nick Cooper's definitely on his toes. It's gotta be like a ballerina or something. The guy has dropped his last 3 consecutive races. Hey, maybe it's just the calm before the storm though. The guy can definitely turn it around. Let's make some noise for him when you see him. You know, I'm actually a little surprised to be saying this, but Nick Cooper has stumbled a bit lately. He's gone and dropped 3 races in a row. I hope it's not the beginning of a trend for the guy, cause he was really showing some promise out there. Chin up, dude. Get back into it. Ooh, no, there's a guy I hope is gonna do things a little different today. Nick Cooper, folks. He's looking to rebound after a couple of setbacks. He's fared poorly at all his last 3 straight races in a row. Still, you gotta take the downs with the ups, right? Today we are hoping to see this guy hit some of those ups. Everybody make a little bit of noise out there for Nick Cooper. So Nick Cooper's in the middle of a real drought out there. He just dropped 5 straight. Alright, Cooper, come on baby, get it back into the groove. It can't possibly get worse, can it? Oh, and Nick Cooper, what is up, man? You having some problems out there, brother? Yeah, Nick Cooper has dropped his last 5 races, people. It has not been pretty. If he's gonna turn it around, now is the time. Okay, people, our man Nick Cooper's in a bit of a hole here. He has lost his last 5 races. Somebody give him a shovel, he's gotta dig his way out. Sometimes you're hot, and well, sometimes you're not. Nick Cooper has hit the skids. He's down 7 in a row, and I don't know if the end of this run is anywhere in sight. Hats off to you though, Cooper, and dude, better luck next time. Oh, and this is nice. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a three-peat on our hands. Nick Cooper has locked up his last 3 straight races. Do we have the markings of a streak or what? Oh, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Nick Cooper, ladies and gents, has just rocked a 3-banger. The guy has gone 3 for 3. Could be that Cooper's cooking up a nice little run there. So let's see if he can keep it going. Check this out, folks. Nick Cooper has hooked himself up with a nice little run lately. He's won his last 3 straight races. The guy really could be starting something here. You know, I'm just running through the results of the last couple of races here, and it's looking like, oh man, Nick Cooper has gone 3 up. He has won the last 3 races in a row. It tells me we could be seeing the start of a hot streak here. Well, what do you know about this, people? It looks like Nick Cooper's on a bit of a roll here. I just found out the guy has won his last 3 straight races. So no doubt he's gonna try to stretch that streak for you guys here today. So I don't know what to say about this guy, cause he's just been blowing the doors out here around here. Nick Cooper just locked up his 5th win. 5th win in a row. Somebody better do some checking, cause I think that may be a new record. Hey, can I call him or what? I was telling people that Nick Cooper was starting his streak back here when he only got 3 in the bag. Well, now he's gone and won his last 5 in a row. Let me be bold here. I'm gonna predict he's gonna keep it going for you guys out here today. Oh yeah, you guys know who's rolling it in here feeling confident today? Nick Cooper. Cooper just had to go and win his last 5 races in a row. In a row, mind you. The guy is gonna be driving with some real momentum build-up. No doubt he's looking to make it 6 today too. See, keep your eyes on him when he's out there. I know he was hot, but seriously, Nick Cooper just made it to lucky number 7. That was his 7th win in a row. Let's see if he can keep the stream alive in the next one. Woohoo! Wow, I must say that Nick Cooper's just blazing through the record books. 7 straight races in a row. That's gotta be some kind of record, and if it's not, it should be. Cooper better watch out though, cause some of those other drivers are looking to be the ones to snap his streak. Better watch over your shoulder, buddy. So I think Nick Cooper just set the autopilot on win. I mean, come on, he's just knocking them dead left and right. What is up to now? It's like 7, right? It's 7. Yeah, it's 7 in a row. That's what I thought. It's definitely the guy to watch today. Oh man, Nick Cooper went to the store and brought back a 10-pack. That's his 10th straight win. Come on, y'all. If that doesn't impress you, I don't know what's gonna do. This guy is rewriting his own record books right in front of us. The question is, can he keep it going? I guess we're gonna find out real soon. Dude, this Nick Cooper guy is no joke. The guy's hot like fire, my goodness. He just backed his last 10 straight races in a row. Now that's some kind of record. The guy's definitely in a groove, and it doesn't look like anybody's gonna be able to knock him out of it either. It's a Cooper world out there today. Alright, check this out, people. Oh man, Nick Cooper has put in some serious work to back 1 crown for himself. And I'm thinking he's got his sights set on more. If the guy can keep up the pressure, I can see him going all the way. So what do you think, folks? Should the other kings be worried? No way to tell, but I'm sure we're gonna be seeing a lot more from Nick Cooper. Oh yes, this is just unbelievable. Nick Cooper put away 2 kings. That is just madness. I bet Cooper's gonna keep going too. I don't think any of these other kings are safe. Unbelievable. This guy is just unbelievable. I can't wait to see the next race. Well, people, Nick Cooper put away 3 kings. And there's only 1 left now. I get the feeling Cooper is definitely gonna be paying a visit to the last king too. I cannot wait. Alrighty! Drag, drift, grip, speed just doesn't make a difference. Nick Cooper has proved he can crush anybody behind the wheel. Doesn't even matter what kind of race or battle it is. The guy gets behind the wheel and it's lights out, game over. Anyone challenging Cooper is in for a major uphill battle. We've got a new Showdown king on our hands, and it's Nick Cooper! We were treated to a masterclass from Cooper, man. What does the future have in store for Cooper? I don't know. I wish I had a crystal ball right here so I could see into the future, but I guess we're all gonna have to stick around and see what happens. Oh yeah, that was the one, people. This was it. Nick Cooper has dominated everything, and we've got a new street king. From starting out in the beat up golf to crushing everything in drift, grip, drag, speed, doesn't matter. He beat them all. Come on, let's let him hear about it. This is Nick Cooper. Remember the name, etched into every record book across the globe. You know, people, I've seen some wrecks in my day, but that one just took the cake. That poor guy just destroyed his car. I don't think he's going to be able to salvage anything at all from that. And you know what they say? It's not a race until somebody hits the wall. He just made it official by totaling the NSX. He just blew apart his S3 out there. That Audi is done. His RS4 has become a real expensive doorstopper. And peace, his M3 is out of here. Cause it looks like that M-Coupe is gonna be a total write-off. Somebody call the medics. That Corvette is gonna have to go out on a stretcher. It is definitely DOA. Sometimes the deadly snake even bites its owner. That SRT-10 was just too much car for him to handle. The Challenger went from big muscle to flap in a heartbeat. It's a goner. He just didn't have the backbone to handle that muscle. That Charger is totaled. Although, dude, you gotta admit it, he went out in style, cause it's not just every day you see a Cosy get completely annihilated. Did he just push the self-destruct button on that Shelby Mustang or what? Rip Bozo, that Civic is a goner. I just don't think there's any hope for it. Oh well, hey, he's not gonna be entering that Lambo into any car show anytime soon. And we got a slightly used FD RX-7 for sale. Just don't mind the missing parts on it. He just crumpled up and threw away a perfectly good Evo 10. Let this be a lesson to everybody out there. Don't get caught sleeping in a car like that. Although, I gotta admit, the guy's got flair. He even had flair wrecking that S13. Dude, he's gonna have to forget about that S15. It's a goner. He went high when he should have went low, or vice versa. The result, the same. The R34 is a goner. He did not just destroy that Pagani Zonda. You know that means there's only 24 of those cars left in the world. 24! Dude, you gotta pay the cost if you wanna be the boss, and in this case, it just cost him a GTO. I mean, a car like a 1970 Barracuda is built to take a real beating, just not that much of a beating. Anybody got any idea on how much those Porsche parts are worth all over the track out there? Ouch! Those cars are so expensive and so hard to track down, totaling a 65 GTO has gotta hurt. You know, sometimes you just gotta wash your hands and walk away from it. Oh no, in this case, Cooper has got no choice because that R35 is totaled. Because it looks like his GT500 just got a one-way ticket to the junkyard. And I bet his mechanic is crying now. Boy, look what happened to that Subi. I guess his Supra is gonna be a new project car. You know, driving like that has its risks. He gambled and he lost, and now he's got no more Corolla. Oh, they put a lot of work into building those R32s, although it sure doesn't look to take him apart. Oh look, come on, he was driving that DB9 like he stole it. It's no wonder he wrecked it. And I would hate to be getting a bill for the rebuild of that Bugatti. What do you guys think? $500,000 easy. Even if he had the money to replace that CCX, where would he find one? Those are just ridiculously rare and expensive. And now we have to say goodbye to the little elephant too. He just completely wrecked that Lancia. But come on, if he's gonna show up in an F1, he should have been prepared for the worst case scenario, which is pretty much what just happened. Well, you know, they make those RSs especially for racing, but they didn't make them for the way he was gonna drive it, cause that one is a goner. Cause it's game over for the Seat, it has been destroyed. Gotta say a lot can happen in a quarter mile, and not all of it pretty. But that's drag racing for ya. I'm saying though, drag racing can be real unforgiving on the car, so he got lucky on that one. Pity about his ride though. Well, he's gonna need to lay some hands on a new ride after that one. I hope he can scrape up the narrow, cause replacing that puppy is not gonna be cheap. You know, you'd think it'd be an obvious rule over the quarter mile, but if you're gonna give it that much stick, you better be able to hold your line. Man, I hope he does better than that next time. Well, they do pack a ridiculous amount of horses on the hood of those things. All that power will either get you across the line quick or completely wreck your car. And both of them in a big hurry. Ooh, too bad. Zip ties and duct tape ain't gonna fix it this time. I hope he's got friends at the shop. That wreck has got to be a real ego check. Nothing will humble you like sweeping up your ride in front of a crowd. That's the difference between drifting and just plain spinning out. Hopefully that's something he won't forget anytime soon. Well, if you're gonna go sideways, you gotta be prepared to suffer the consequences. And those were definitely the consequences. Wow, man, you wanna talk about losing your drift? No amount of correction was gonna save him that time. He's gonna have to put in more work on those handling skills, or put in more work on his shifting, or put in more work on something. Cause all I know is that was ugly. No, that one was a sketched out race. No, it was like watching pinballs bounce around, and it did not end well. It's gonna take more than that to cut through to take first. For starters, you gotta keep your car in one piece. It's time for him to rethink his strategy, and well, time to get a new car, of course. Man, at those speeds and on this course, something like that was inevitable. Shame it had to be Cooper though. Hey, you gotta really push your car if you wanna go anywhere in the grip race. So these guys are used to some rubbing out there. He just took it too far that time. At that speed, he went from 0 to crushed can in like 2.5. It's a shame about that car though. I'm saying, when you're moving that fast, there's absolutely no room for slipping. Now we got one used car for sale, or should I say we got a bunch of used car parts for sale. I'm gonna have to watch that one again in slow motion. I couldn't even see what happened. That was a real hard stopper. Wow, if you even blinked you missed that crash. He was just moving that fast. That's what I call high speed meltdown. Well, a speed challenge has got to be the single quickest way to turn a nice car into a small chunk of scrap metal. We're talking over and done in milliseconds. So Nick Cooper getting a lot of buzz lately, especially with the showings he's been putting in on the strip. I heard the Top Gear blokes have taken a real interest in him. If Cooper can keep it up, I bet they'll kick down an invite to one of their races. You know what's crazy? The guys at Monster Energy have been asking everybody about Nick Cooper. I bet if Cooper keeps killing it, when it's time to go sideways, he's gonna get an invite to one of those super exclusive Monster Energy events. Hey, we all gotta cheer for Nick Cooper out there today, especially at any grip races. Word on the street is that if he does well in just a few more, he's gonna get tapped to drive at the next Raven West race. If you're serious about grip racing, driving with those guys is pretty much the biggest thing that can happen to you. You know, I've heard that the Hotshots have been checking out a couple of the new drivers for the next big race. And I've heard that they've been really checking out Nick Cooper. The Hotshots, you know, they run the craziest speed challenges. I'm pulling for Cooper today in any speed challenge because I think one more is all it's going to take. This is Peak Performance. My name is Zyphir. I'm taking a short break and I'll be back in 5. We got a few things to do in the tower. We'll be back in 10 minutes and don't go anywhere. Got more racing coming up. This is Zyphir. I'm your host today. I'm taking a breather. We got lots of racing coming up in just about 15 minutes. So listen to the music, get something cold to drink, something good to eat, and we'll be back right at you. Hey, this is Zyphir. I'm holding down the microphone duty here at Peak Performance for you guys today. There's tons more coming up, so just hang on tight and I'm gonna take a quick 10-minute breather. I'll be right back. Hey, my name is Zyphir, hanging out in the booth. Thanks for coming out. We got more races coming up in just a bit with J-Mac on the mic for you guys. And I'll be back afterwards. So you guys stick around. Give me just about 5 minutes. Hold on tight. Oh man, before we keep going, I have to grab something to eat. I'm Zyphir and don't you go anywhere. I think it's looking to be about that time. I'm gonna take a quick breather, maybe 20 minutes or so. It's Zyphir in the tower today at Peak Performance, and J-Mac will be calling the races for you in just a bit. I'll be back afterwards as well, so stick around. Hey everybody, it is Zyphir on the mic, and we are gonna take 10 here. Don't you guys go anywhere, stick around. You are here at Peak Performance. We got a few things to do in the tower. We'll be back in 10 minutes, and don't go anywhere. Got more racing coming up. Oh man, before we keep going, I have to grab something to eat. I'm Zyphir and don't you go anywhere. And hey, on behalf of Top Gear, I just want to take a minute to say thank you. If it wasn't for you, we couldn't do these events. My name is Zyphir and I'll be back in just about 10 minutes. Okay, me and a couple of the Top Gear guys are gonna have a quick meeting, so I'm gonna have to sign off for about 10 minutes. It's Zyphir in the tower, don't go anywhere, we'll be right back at you. Oh, hey, we just wanna switch over to the mixer here. I'm gonna sign off for a few minutes. It's Zyphir, I'll be right back. Hey folks, let me just say thanks to everybody for coming out to the Top Gear event this weekend. It's Zyphir. Gonna take a quick break for the next few minutes, so don't go anywhere. I'll be back, and when I do, we're gonna start up the next round. So, before we go to our next big round of racing out here, I'm gonna take a quick 10-minute break. It's Zyphir, and you are at Top Gear. We'll be right back. Alrighty, we are gonna get some tech stuff sorted out real quick. We'll be starting back up the racing in about 10 minutes, so be sure to hold on your seats. Don't you go anywhere. Just wanna say thanks to everybody for coming out today. You guys are the ones that will make hot shots happen. My name is Zyphir. I'll be back in the next few minutes to start the racing program right back. About 20 minutes. Stick around. My name is Zyphir. This is Hot Shots. Thanks for coming out. I'll be back in about 5 minutes and we'll get more racing lined up. Just for you. You're at a Hot Shots race, and of course, I'm your host, Zyphir in the tower. Gonna take a little break here, so I'll be back in 10 minutes to set up the next races. Don't go nowhere. Don't you dare. I'm Zyphir, holding down the mic for you guys today on behalf of the Hotshots. Let me just say, I'm so psyched that you guys could all make it out. Thanks very much for coming, and I'll be back in 5 minutes, so just hang tight. We got a couple minutes between the races, so I'm gonna dip out and get some food. This is Zyphir, sit back, listen to the music, and I'll be back in 10, y'all. Alrighty, that's gonna do it for me. It's Zyphir for Top Gear. I'm gonna take 20 minutes here. When I get back, we'll get the next set started, so don't wander too far. Okay, me and a couple of the Top Gear guys are gonna have a quick meeting, so I'm gonna have to sign off for about 10 minutes. It's Zyphir in the tower, don't go anywhere, we'll be right back at you. And hey, on behalf of Top Gear, I just wanna take a minute to say thank you. If it wasn't for you, we couldn't do these events. My name is Zyphir, and I'll be back in just about 10 minutes. Just want to say thanks to everybody for coming out today. You guys are the ones that will make hot shots happen. My name is Zyphir. I'll be back in the next few minutes to start the racing program right back. About 20 minutes. Stick around. Okay, I'm the guy working the mic today. My name is Zyphir, and of course, this is Hot Shots. I'm gonna duck out for a few minutes, but I'll be back in 20. So in the meantime, don't go anywhere. We got more coming right up. Oh, and this is Hot Shots. I'm your host, Zyphir. Actually, I'm gonna take a little break right now. Everybody hang tight, I'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Well, what do you think of what's going on so far? We got lots more from where that came from. Only I gotta take a short break because I got to rest my voice for a minute. I'm your host Zyphir, be back in 10. Everybody keep it going, we'll be right back. And hold up. Hey you, yeah you. Give me one of those monsters, man. Thanks. Alright, where was I? That's just too... Huh? Wait, hold up. Headset, I don't know. Okay. Now where was I? Alright, check this out. Oops, hold up. Can someone check this? Yeah, no. Okay, folks. Moving on. And... Oh, man. Someone spilled water up here. Give me just a second. Okay, now where was I? Hold up, what is that? Did someone lose their people up here? No? Nobody? Well, might be Eden's people then. Gotta ask him about it later. Okay, as I was saying. Hey, you guys over there. Yeah, you. Could you keep your hands off my car? Appreciate it. I gotta tell you what the worst part about all of it is. Oh, hey, James. Let's seeing you up here. Isn't your call time still a bit away? Ah, I see. Okay. Alright, let's get back into this, folks. Alright, in case you didn't know. Oh, wait. I can't read that right now. Can I read it in like 10 minutes? Yeah, because we gotta finish up what we're doing here. Hey, can you just get me water? Alright, thank you. Okay, folks. Throat is better, I think. Now, one driver who is always on point is... Hold up. Can someone tell me what time it is? Oh, it's 4:20. I see, remind me again in like 15 minutes. Now, as I was saying... Seriously, folks, people have been talking about this race and nothing else. This is the drag race to end all drag racing. We got Nick Cooper. This is the guy's first year drag racing. He's gonna battle the Stig himself from Team Top Gear. There's a lot at stake here, so neither of those drivers are gonna hold anything back. Alrighty, folks, this is gonna be something else. If we only gonna see one race this year, this is gonna be it. The Stig is the drag king, right? He's out there to prove it to Nick Cooper. Cooper has been positively murdering the strip all year. The guy has been phenomenal. Still though, Cooper has a tough battle on his hands. Now this I've gotta see, people. Who's going to take it? It's gonna be Nick Cooper or the Stig. Now I've been watching both of these drivers on the strip, so I can't pick a favorite. But you guys got your picks or what? Well, we're getting ready to see who is going to blink. Get ready, people. This is the big one. Are you guys seeing this or what? Nick Cooper has been brilliant out there. The guy's making all the right moves. I never thought I'd say this, but for the first time, the Stig is looking vulnerable out there. Well, we've got quite the battle on our hands. Oh man, Cooper has been making good on all that hype people drummed up about him. His Stig is definitely not done though, so you can't count him out at all. Hey now, check it out, we're watching some serious drama unfold out here. Cooper just flexed some major muscle. Guy's looking real good. Still, you can't ride off the Stig. It's gonna be intense out there. Woohoo, man, we got one left. We have seen some insane racing go down on the strip today, people. Now it looks like we could be seeing a king go down too. Nick Cooper's just one win away from becoming the new drag king. Honestly, I'm not saying I'm surprised, but still, I never thought I'd see this day. The Stig has got one last chance to pull this out. Nick Cooper is just one win away from becoming the next drag king. Well, it's all come down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. We've got one last race to run here. At least it could be the last race if Nick Cooper takes it right here. You better believe the Stig is gonna be twice as deadly though, cause there's a lot at stake. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this race is all people are talking about on the message boards, the forums, the chat rooms. I've gotten like 100 mails on it in the last 24 hours. Nick Cooper is gonna be going up against Kuru himself. Kuru is one of the fastest drivers to sit behind the wheel, but Cooper has turned out to be no slouch himself either. We're gonna get this started because I cannot wait to see what is gonna go down out there. Well, this is gonna be the biggest bare knuckle speed challenge of the year. No lie. Nick Cooper has come from what seemed like nowhere to just run a ton of races at Hotshots. The guy has just beat on everybody. So you know the speaker himself had to come out to see who's faster. I cannot wait. Cannot wait to get this started. You know, we used to sit around and sort of joke about the most insane race we could imagine, and someone would always throw out Nick Cooper versus Kuru. Well, it doesn't sound so crazy now, because it's about to go down. Cooper has cleaned some clocks here at Hotshots, and now here's the Speed King lining up. Well, that was just, I don't even know what to say, it's too crazy. Nick Cooper looking real fast out there. People said he was good, but no one expected him to be this good. Least of all the speaking himself. We're not done yet though, so let's see if Cooper can keep it going. You know, after watching that last one, I've got to say that Nick Cooper is making good on his potential. He showed some nice driving at Hotshots, but I never thought I'd see him do this well against Kuru. This is just ridiculous. So, who was expecting that to happen? I don't know, folks. I know Kuru is a speed king and all, but Nick Cooper is looking real good out there. And he's proving that he is a contender for the crown. Kuru's gonna have to watch his back. I'll tell you, Kuru is not happy out there right now. Not only because he doesn't like losing, but he just can't seem to match Cooper's speed. Cooper is just one race away from pulling off one of the biggest upsets of the year. It's weird to say it, but we could be looking at the new Speed King by the end of the day. Well, folks, we might be watching a changing of the guard coming down. Kuru is doing all he can, but Cooper is just too fast. Cooper is just one shot away from taking the whole thing, and that includes becoming the Speed King. Okay, I'm seriously on the edge of my seat here. We've got one left to go. One! We could be looking at Nick Cooper as the new Speed King. Still, I've seen that look on Kuru's face before. I know he's going to be coming out swinging. He's pulled off bigger comebacks than this. This is it, folks. This is the be-all and end-all battle. Maybe the biggest race you are going to see all year. Cooper is going up against Eden today. Both these guys have been winning races almost before they had licenses. And they both won a ton of races each. Speaking of licenses, Eden might still not even have one. But I don't think that's going to stop him from going all out. We're going to find out who is quicker and who is faster. I'm going to find out who is the better driver. Ho ho! We got ourselves a real showdown on our hands, everybody. It's about to go down. Eden, a straight up legend. He hasn't lost a race, any race, in 2 years. Eden is gonna be running up against Nick Cooper. Cooper has just clawed his way up from the streets, and he's been unstoppable himself. And make no mistake, this is gonna be one for the books. I gotta say, Eden has got a tough battle on his hands. Cooper has been driving incredibly strong and has had to go through a lot to get here. The guy has beat almost every big name driver you could imagine. Of course, Eden has not lost a race in 2 years, and he's not looking to start now. This is going to be crazy. That is a tough one for Nick Cooper. Eden is the Showdown King for a reason, which is what Cooper is finding out the hard way. Cooper knew this wasn't going to be a cakewalk, though, so I think he's going to bounce right back. We hope, at least. Man, that stings. Nick Cooper took a harsh hit in that one. Eden has clocked a lot of time racing in the streets. Definitely more time than Cooper. So Cooper is going to have to pull out all the stops if he wants to make a name for himself this weekend. Man, there's a lot of people here today who do not believe what they are seeing. Eden has not lost a race in 2 years until now. Oh man, Eden has got a lot of fans here, and they do not like to see him lose. Come on though, there's no arguing against results, and Nick Cooper is getting him. And folks, I said this was going to be one of for the books, and I wasn't wrong. Nick Cooper has done the unthinkable out there. This guy snapped Eden's 2-year win streak, and I've got to say, Cooper has been looking real good out there. Just calm, cool, and collected. Hey, Eden is the Showdown King though, and they don't give their title away in gumball machines. Eden is gonna be out for blood. Wow, Nick Cooper has been having the ride of his life today. The guy is just untouchable. Eden hadn't lost a race in like 2 years, legal or otherwise. So Cooper is really pulling down his bulletproof image today. If Cooper keeps this up, we could be looking at a brand new Showdown King. This is it, people. We are almost finished here, or we will be, if Nick Cooper keeps on winning. The guy was definitely not intimidated by the Showdown King. Cooper just went on a rampage, and Eden has had no answer. Cooper is this close to taking it. Check it out, big performance. We didn't want any question, no doubts out there. So they are going to do this the real way. It's true that Cooper ended Eden's winning streak, but no one is going to say he got lucky. Because I'm going to settle this once and for all. Don't count out a driver like Eden just yet though. Hey, when the Showdown King crown is on the line, you want to do things right. Right? So Nick Cooper and Eden are going to have another chance to go around. Cooper took the W so far, but Eden is not someone you ever want to turn your back on. And now he's hungry for revenge. This is gonna be good. Well. Eden has found a bit of that old spark. He's giving Cooper a real run for his money. Maybe Cooper just got lucky so far. We've got a couple more races left. That should help decide the answer to that question. There it is. Eden is getting some of his own back. Maybe Eden was just having bad luck during the previous races. We got a couple more races. Who knows? Eden might be putting Cooper away here. Man, I must say Nick Cooper has been looking pretty good out there. He's letting us know that his previous wins were no fluke. Eden has got to be sweating a little, because it's really going down to the wire now. Still, I wouldn't put anything past Eden to just start a comeback. Well, Cooper drove like a demon previously, and still is right here, right now. There's a lot of pressure on this race, because there's a lot up for grabs. But none of it seems to be affecting Cooper. I imagine that Eden is gonna be getting just a little nervous, which is going to make him more of a threat than he ever out there. Well, Nick Cooper is no one-hit wonder. That is the truth, folks. The guy is just dominating today, and he's dominating a driver everybody thought was untouchable. Still, Eden is a slippery guy, and I don't want to put anything past him. Hoo-hoo! How you like that? This is unbelievable. Nick Cooper is showing all the doubters and the haters that he's no fluke, no amateur, and it was not luck that got him here. Pure and simple. The guy is out driving Eden. Cooper is this close to becoming the new Showdown King. Alright, listen up, people. One driver I'd like to introduce to y'all is Nick Cooper. Cooper made it to peak performance because he just won the Ricey Rider Showdown. He has had kind of a rugged time at the previous Showdown, but after watching him drive, you'll see why he's one of the pre-race favorites. He clocked serious time on the streets. This guy is no joke. Oh yeah, wait, one more thing. The Top Gear guys have also invited Nick Cooper out today. Cooper has been doing pretty good on the quarter mile lately, although he's had a couple of tough battles on his hands. Hey, it's all good, cause this guy won. Today, he's gonna be showing us if he can come correct on the quarter mile. Hang on, check this out. We got Nick Cooper joining the hotshots today. Practically fresh off the streets, Cooper has been doing pretty well at a whole bunch of speed challenges. The guy is definitely fast, although he's had a little trouble keeping it consistent. If he's on it, we're in for a treat, cause the guy can definitely drive. Oh yeah, before I continue, help me welcome Nick Cooper to peak performance this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Most of you have probably heard about Cooper, or at least watched some of those clips of him racing. He just put in a fair showing to win the Ricey Rider Showdown. It's gonna be one of the guys to watch out for today. You know who else showed up today? We got Nick Cooper putting in an appearance. Cooper has been looking real sharp on the strip lately. The Top Gear guys just had to get him out here to see how he does. We are glad to have him here with us today. And check this guy out. Nick Cooper is in the house. Cooper has been smoking him in speed challenges lately. The guy is becoming a real fast driver, and I bet some of the guys here are sweating too. Good luck out there today, Cooper. Here's a guy who has put all he learned on the streets to good use. Nick Cooper joined us here today at peak performance. Cooper is on a bit of a hot streak too. He was just absolutely dominant at the Ricey Rider Showdown. This is a whole new game, Cooper, so get ready. Wow, this guy needs no introduction, because I'm sure you've all heard how he's been doing on the strip lately. Nick Cooper has been absolutely killing the quarter mile. The guy has really adopted well to these bigger shows too. We're gonna see if he can keep the momentum going here today. Let's all give a big hot shots welcome to Nick Cooper. The guy has been putting his foot through the floorboards lately and is just steamrolling those speed challenges. I got him pegged as a pre-race favorite for sure. I do not believe it, people. We have just seen history go down. We've got ourselves a new king of the strip. Nick Cooper has just become the new drag king. I'm not sure how the Stig is feeling about that one. Although, I think the Top Gear trio are the ones with the bigger issues at hand. That Führer is going to a new owner. Congrats once again, Cooper. That was just incredible. Well, dude, that was a nail biter. But come on, Cooper. You gotta know better than to be driving like that, especially against someone like the Stig. The Stig just gave a spanking on the strip there. That's gonna be a tough one for Cooper to take. Keep it up though, there's always a next one. Well, I would say that Nick Cooper has got hard for coming back and trying again, but I don't know if that's the case. You keep that kind of driving in your high school parking lot, bro. That's not what you have to do against the Stig. You think Cooper would know better than that, but I'm sure we haven't seen the last of that guy. He'll be back for sure. Dude, you would think Nick Cooper would have learned by now that he's gonna have to do better than that to take on the Stig on the quarter mile. Has anybody kept track of how many times Cooper has lost? It's probably on the internet somewhere. Come on, Cooper, get it together. Oh man, Cooper, what are you doing? Cooper just went down for another one. Still though, there's no stopping him from trying again. You gotta respect that. Well, people, we just witnessed an epic battle, and check this out. Kuru was so confident that he was gonna take it that he put up the pink slip for his Mondeo. Kuru is not gonna be happy about that one, that's for sure. Because he's gonna be handing over the keys to the man, Nick Cooper. I hope Kuru knows someone that will give him a ride, otherwise he might just have to walk home. Seriously though, what just happened out there, man? I guess that just goes to show what happens when you bring that level of driving up against somebody like Kuru. I guess Nick Cooper was giving us a lesson on what not to do. That's gonna leave a big mark. Especially because I would have thought Nick Cooper would have learned this lesson the last time. If you're gonna run with the big dogs, you better be a big dog. Better luck next time, Cooper. Well, I guess some people are slow learners, or else they are just incredibly determined. Hope Nick Cooper is the latter, cause how else to explain why he comes back to getting served up smacks to the face from Kuru? How many has Cooper lost? Don't get me wrong though, I'm not saying you should give up. Come on, Cooper. Wow, Kuru is the man! Seriously, the guy's on a rampage and poor Nick Cooper just keeps getting in his way. Still though, Kuru better stay sharp. I say one thing for the guy, Cooper has got guts and is not afraid to lose a bunch of parts to get his times where they need to be. So this guy Nick Cooper has been coming out to a lot of peak performance races lately. He's been looking to build his rep around here. Can't wait to see more from him right here at Peak Performance. We got a lot of big names turning out to prove themselves here at Peak Performance races, and Nick Cooper is one of them. He's one of the biggest names around, and if he can do well here, he'll be battling some massive names soon. What's everybody saying about Nick Cooper? You gotta admit, he's looking good on paper, and now he's starting to show and prove himself at Peak Performance races. I wouldn't bet against him, that's for sure. We got some new faces at Top Gear happening, and Nick Cooper's one of the guys getting a lot of shine lately, because he's got quite a rep around here. And that was before he made the jump to events like this. We're gonna find out if he can handle the pressure. You know who else has been turning up at Top Gear races? Nick Cooper. The guy has been turning some heads, and it will be interesting to see what he can do. I hope he sticks around. Well, you gotta admit that it's been pretty refreshing to see a bunch of new drivers at the last couple of these Top Gear shows, yeah? Some of these guys have shown some real talent out there too. I bet it's not gonna be long before a couple of them start killing it out here. That is, if they stick around. If Nick Cooper wants to step it up, he's gonna have to start bringing his A game to hot shots races. These aren't the places you wanna have off days, if you know what I'm saying. Not if you wanna move up. So check it out, we've also got a couple of hot shots newbies out there today. Some of these guys are just starting to figure out what's up. Though the other drivers aren't going to make it easy for them. Hey, we're still experiencing some great things from them, so that's why they got invited. Man, I'm telling you people, some of these drivers are dangerous. Especially the new guys. They've been the ones to watch out for the last couple of hotshot races, because they're the ones with everything to prove and nothing to lose, right? Keep an eye on them today, because they're getting sick out there. Well, I gotta say, Nick Cooper has been real solid at peak performance events lately. He's really building some momentum. I think we're gonna see some great things from that guy. Hey, it is really fair to say that Nick Cooper has had some shaky showings at the last couple of peak performance races, but he's also been able to balance this out with some solid finishes. Cooper has got quite the name, and now bigger races are beginning to sit up and take notice. Well, they say too much hype is a dangerous thing, right people? But I have to say Nick Cooper has been living up to the hype out there. He came into peak performance with a lot of expectations on his shoulders, but he's really done well for himself. Definitely be on the lookout for that guy in some of the later battles. You know, Nick Cooper has really impressed people at the last couple of Top Gear races. He has showed a lot of skill, even if he hasn't taken down all the wins. People are talking about him like he's a pre-race favorite. So I think we're going to see some great things from him. I gotta say that one driver who has been really catching some love at these Top Gear events is Nick Cooper. If he can keep up the pressure, he's gonna make more of those wins happen. Okay, now this guy we've been really getting used to seeing. His name is on the top of the boards at all Top Gear shows lately. I'm talking about none other than Nick Cooper. He's done really well for himself. Man, if he keeps up, he's gonna start attracting all sorts of attention to himself. Remember though, even though it's only Nick Cooper's first year in the big leagues, he has really been showing up. So he's definitely having a sharp first year and has already pulled in a couple of impressive wins. And I just read something about Nick Cooper. The guy has been getting some press lately because he put in some good performances in the last few hotshot races. He stumbled a couple of times, but he's also had some strong finishes. And you know Kuru has read the same mags as I have, so he's paying attention to the guy. So who knew? Who knew Nick Cooper would turn out to be so fast? The dude has just been blazing at the last couple of hotshots races. He's got a lot of the other teams talking, and I know for a fact that includes the hotshots team, which means Kuru is watching. If Cooper keeps on winning, I'm thinking we could have a real battle on our hands. Nick Cooper is just killing it right now at the peak performance races. This guy is absolutely dominating. He has a lot of experience on the track, and it's really working for him. Nick Cooper just set fire to the last couple of peak performance races. This guy walked away with a stack of wins, and there are some big names out there who have already set up and taken notice about him. So I'm not gonna be surprised if he starts catching invites to some bigger races now. How about our man Nick Cooper? Cooper has been putting down the work at peak performance shows, and it's really paying off. The dude has made quite the name for himself out there, so much that I'm thinking any minute now he's gonna get tapped for the Kingmaker Showdown. The guy gets behind the wheel and he just cannot be ignored. You wanna talk golden boy? Nick Cooper gets behind the wheel and he's nothing but money. He's clocked a bunch of huge wins at the last several Top Gear events, and the big guns in drag racing are starting to pay attention to him. It won't be long until the Top Gear trio are gonna wanna find out if the hype around Cooper is real. Nick Cooper has definitely got the reflexes and the speed to be one of the best. He's a natural quarter miler. He's been proving it in all the Top Gear races because he's been winning everywhere he goes. It's not gonna be long until he goes toe to toe with the Top Gear trio and the other stars off the strip. My goodness, if we're gonna talk about great drivers, we gotta talk about Nick Cooper. He's done real well for himself out there. It's just been ridiculous. He's got the reflexes and he likes to mash that pedal, so I'd bet even money that Cooper's gonna be squaring up against the Drag King sooner rather than later. Nick Cooper's got destiny written all over him, and it's starting to get on his clothes. His mom's kitchen is gotta be full of trophies, and there's a ton of them from the last couple of hotshots weekends, cause he's been unstoppable. I'm not sure what's next for him, but if he keeps this up, he's gonna be knocking heads with the best of them. The big teams have been forced to pay attention to Nick Cooper, especially at the last couple of hotshot races. He's whipping everybody out there. Cooper is gonna find himself driving against guys like Kuru if he keeps this up. Well, if we are gonna talk about pre-race favorites, we have to talk about one guy who has built a gigantic rep at hotshots. Of course I'm talking about Nick Cooper. He's having an insane run so far, and it looks like he's going to cross paths with the big man Kuru real soon. Cooper has been so dangerous that I bet the Speed King is gonna definitely wanna take a shake at him himself. Alright, this is a Showdown, people. My name is Zyphir and I have Eden here with me. How are you enjoying the Showdown so far?
Oh man, I've been absolutely loving it so far. The energy is great. So many awesome cars standing all over the place. The crowd is in the best mood. I'm sure this will be one to remember. And I know exactly who I'll be rooting for.
Okay, folks. I know some of you are waiting for the Rio cosplay contest. Just hold on tight. I'll get you the exact start time in just a bit. Oh yeah, speaking of the Rio cosplay contest, the previous winner is also here. You'll find him somewhere around the festival, so keep your eyes open in case you want an autograph. I can feel the excitement surging for this one. Before we get started though, I have Eden here with me here right now. So tell me, who do you have your eyes on to potentially take it all in the showdown?
Man, that's a tough question. I've seen many great drivers over the last race days, but the person who stood out the most has got to be Nick Cooper. I mean, I've been rooting for the guy since day one. He constantly improved, he was always grinding, and although he had his ups and downs, I think ultimately he's the one with the winner's mentality. He always comes back up, never backs down, and honestly, that's the spirit of a true upcoming legend.
I have to give a warning, they busted a bunch of people out there on the track last night, so if you are thinking about dropping by after hours, think twice. Hey, now look what we got here. We got Eden himself in the flesh up here with me. You have been doing all this for a hot minute. Got any fun stories to tell the people?
Oh, plenty. Hey, some of you actually may know about my run in Cockport a few years back. I actually helped a guy get started in the street racing scene back then. And man, let me tell you, this guy started with an absolute shitbox of a car. Even more of a shitbox that we've been seeing on the festival. And honestly, it might come to a surprise, but he's made a bit of a name for himself over there. Now though, he's just kinda up and vanished. But something's telling me he might be watching amongst the audience today.
It is getting as serious as a heart attack out there today. We are seeing some vicious dogfights. The fact is that this is a showdown and it's bringing that out in these guys because we are gonna cut the field down to just one winner and that winner is gonna take it all, folks. Alright, this is a Showdown, people. My name is Zyphir and I have Eden here with me. How are you enjoying the showdown so far?
Oh man, I've been absolutely loving it so far. The energy is great. So many awesome cars standing all over the place. The crowd is in the best mood. I'm sure this will be one to remember. And I know exactly who I'll be rooting for.
It is getting as serious as a heart attack out there today. We are seeing some vicious dogfights. The fact is that this is a showdown and it's bringing that out in these guys because we are gonna cut the field down to just one winner and that winner is gonna take it all, folks. I can feel the excitement surging for this one. Before we get started though, I have Eden here with me here right now. So tell me, who do you have your eyes on to potentially take it all in the showdown?
Man, that's a tough question. I've seen many great drivers over the last race days, but the person who stood out the most has got to be Nick Cooper. I mean, I've been rooting for the guy since day one. He constantly improved, he was always grinding, and although he had his ups and downs, I think ultimately he's the one with the winner's mentality. He always comes back up, never backs down, and honestly, that's the spirit of a true upcoming legend.
Okay, folks, I know some of you are waiting for the Rio cosplay contest. Just hold on tight, I'll get you the exact start time in just a bit. Oh yeah, speaking of the Rio cosplay contest, the previous winner is also here. You'll find him somewhere around the festival, so keep your eyes open in case you want an autograph. Well, Nick Cooper is looking pretty strong out there. I heard a lot about this guy as he's building himself a reputation. That was quite a finish there. He's looking calm, cool and collected. Well, let's see if he can keep it up. Well, what do you know about that? Nick Cooper managed to pull one out. It's nice to see that guy is no flash in the pan. I heard a lot about him, so it's cool to see that he stepped up to the challenge. Nice. Oh yeah, baby, nice. I like what I'm seeing from this Nick Cooper too. It's good to see the pressure of peak performance didn't get to him. Of course, the day's not even close to being over, so we'll see if he's got the staying power. Did you check that one out, people? Nick Cooper is putting the hurt on him here at Race Rider Showdown. Cooper has got one in the bag and he's off to a great start. The guy just took his first race at the Racy Rider Showdown. I've been following Cooper since he won the last Showdown, so it's good to see that he's finally got a win in the bag. Now that's gotta be a good feeling for Nick Cooper. He just put away his first win at the Racy Rider Showdown. It's always a good feeling to get your first win in the bank, of course. It's the next one that's the tricky one, right? I don't know about you, but I'm impressed. Nick Cooper brought the big guns for that one. Some of these other drivers begin to sweat a little, because Cooper's really hitting the ground running. So it looks like Nick Cooper's having no problem with the tracks out there. The guy just squared away win number 1 at the Kingmaker Showdown. And I'm saying it doesn't look like he's got plans to slow down. Good work, my man. Well. Nick Cooper's looking pretty strong out there. I heard a lot about this guy as he's building himself a reputation. That was quite a finish there. He's looking calm, cool, and collected. Well, let's see if he can keep it up. Come on, everybody. You gotta give it up for Nick Cooper. He's making it look easy out there, but I guarantee it ain't. He's been dropping bombs on a lot of these other drivers. And he's putting away some nice wins. I'm liking what I'm seeing from him, and I hope he can keep it going. So in case you didn't know him before, Nick Cooper's making sure everybody knows him. He's well on his way to sewing up this Rookie Rampage Showdown. He's looking pretty strong out there. This could be his day to win. I know a lot of drivers came to the Rookie Rampage Showdown with high expectations, but Nick Cooper has sent them home sad. This guy has really been knocking him down today. He's looked real good. I'm talking real good. Well, people, here's something I could put in the bank. Nick Cooper's really cashing in those wins out there. You know it's too early to call the winner today, but a lot of people are starting to say that he's one of their favorites. Check it out, everyone. You have been seeing it go down today. And how about our man Nick Cooper? He has been putting it down out there. The guy seemed unfazed by the competition. He keeps rolling like this and he could walk away with the win. You know, people, these showdowns bring out the best drivers from all over. So we have seen some incredible racing. One guy has become the guy to beat today, though. Of course, I'm talking about none other than Nick Cooper. He looks like a solid bet to take the whole thing out there. I'd keep my eye on him if I were you. Oh man, what do you guys think about what has been going on today? It's just been off the chain, right? Who has been watching Nick Cooper out there? Yeah, the way he's going, he must be looking to get this Kingmaker Showdown wrapped up ASAP. Now that, people, that is what I'm talking about. Nick Cooper's coming through clutch. He's showing us the hype was all true. He's winning against some big names out there today. These last couple are going to be off the hook, because there's some big reputations at stake out there. Well, folks, it's safe to say Nick Cooper ain't a joke, and that's for sure. He's stashing up some solid beatdowns out there, and against some real talented drivers to boot. I don't think the rest of these guys are gonna lie down and roll over though, so it's definitely not over till it's over. Oh hey Eden, come on man, what do you think about this Nick Cooper guy? He just needs one more race and he'll have totally crushed the showdown.
Ah, hell yeah. It's awesome to see. The guy has totally deserved to take it home after coming up from nothing, keeping his head down and letting the driving talk for himself. There are plenty of driver personalities, but Nick is the kind of guy to know when to shut up and let his skills do the talking. Only he always shuts up. Anyways.
You know what? This is crazy. I don't know the last time anybody just dominated a showdown like Nick Cooper has been doing. Cooper is one race away from shutting the whole thing down. Anybody have any ideas? Oh, right, there was someone. What was he called again? Ryan, maybe? Wow, speaking of crushing it, Nick Cooper has just ran away with the showdown. Man, the guy is one win away from totally dominating today. This has been one hell of an event so far. Don't you think, Eden?
Oh, it sure has been. I really hope he takes the cake today. He's earned it after working so hard to get to this point. For years, he's been a simple nobody, but now everybody knows his name. And at this point, I just want to see how far he can take it.
Seriously, Eden, what do you say about the dominance Nick Cooper showed today? The guy has been blowing up these drivers. You know what? Nick Cooper reminds me of another driver I once saw drive.
Oh yeah, I think we're both thinking of the same guy. You know, back in 2007, when I was just a kid watching the races down here at the festival, his cousin Ryan Cooper absolutely swept the scene. I still hear people talk about him to this day. That's how you know you've become a true legend of the street. And who knows, maybe Nick got what it takes to follow his cousin's footsteps once and for all.
Well, folks, while Cooper has been crushing it out there, and is only one win away from dominating the whole showdown, I've got to take the opportunity to remind you all to not go street racing around here. I've gotten a bunch of complaints, and any more would just be a bummer. So keep it calm and watch Cooper crush it out there instead. Oh, hey Eden, come on, man. What do you think about this Nick Cooper guy? He just needs one more race and he'll have totally crushed the showdown.
Ah, hell yeah. It's awesome to see. The guy has totally deserved to take it home after coming up from nothing, keeping his head down and letting the driving talk for himself. There are plenty of driver personalities, but Nick is the kind of guy to know when to shut up and let his skills do the talking. Only he always shuts up. Anyways.
You know what? This is crazy. I don't know the last time anybody just dominated a showdown like Nick Cooper has been doing. Cooper is one race away from shutting the whole thing down. Anybody have any ideas? Oh, right, there was someone. What was he called again? Ryan, maybe? Wow, speaking of crushing it, Nick Cooper has just ran away with the showdown. Man, the guy is one win away from totally dominating today. This has been one hell of an event so far. Don't you think, Eden?
Oh, it sure has been. I really hope he takes the cake today. He's earned it after working so hard to get to this point. For years, he's been a simple nobody, but now everybody knows his name. And at this point, I just want to see how far he can take it.
Seriously, Eden, what do you say about the dominance Nick Cooper showed today? The guy has been blowing up these drivers. You know what? Nick Cooper reminds me of another driver I once saw drive.
Oh yeah, I think we're both thinking of the same guy. You know, back in 2007, when I was just a kid watching the races down here at the festival, his cousin Ryan Cooper absolutely swept the scene. I still hear people talk about him to this day. That's how you know you've become a true legend of the street. And who knows, maybe Nick got what it takes to follow his cousin's footsteps once and for all.
You know, people said Nick Cooper was just too raw. Then he wouldn't be able to cut it when the racing got serious. And I've got to say he's proved all the haters wrong. Cause he's been just amazing at pretty much every peak performance race we've had. So let me put this on the record right now. I bet that if Cooper keeps it up, he's going to the Kingmaker for sure. You heard it here first. I'm Zyphir and let's hear it from the crowd.